We all have a question that we dread to hear at dinner parties, don't we? For some, it could be aunties asking, when are you going to get married? Well, thankfully, that's not the question for me yet. For me, it is people asking, what are you going to do after university? What's your career path? And for many, that could be a very easy answer. I want to be a surgeon. I'm going to be an architect. But for me, it feels like I'm being asked to choose my favorite child when I have 12. So I just awkwardly stutter and mumble about what I'm studying right now and walk away. For the longest time, I thought that was a character flaw. I looked at my peers who had this undying passion for something and wanted to pursue it. Or peers that had at least an interest in something and knew what they were going to do. But today, I want to talk to people who also felt directionless, like me. People who don't have a lane, and why picking one might be the worst advice you've ever heard. From the time we are 5 years old, we are asked the question very often, what are you going to be when you grow up? Do you notice the grammar there? Be, singular. We are taught that life will have a single direction with a single destination. We are taught that passion is this lightning bolt that will strike you once, and you will strive for that one spark for the rest of your life. But what if that lightning bolt never strikes you? For years, I've been waiting for my calling. And while I was waiting, I got distracted. When I was little, I was into fashion designing. And then a few years later, I got into psychology and started reading psychology books, many which are still left unread. I also started to do pottery for a few weeks, and I knew that was not something I would pursue again. And recently, I started learning Python. I'm still halfway through my first video of tutorials. So I looked at all of these abandoned hobbies and interests, and what I saw was a list of things I wasn't good enough to do. And it reminded me of a saying. I think we've heard of the saying before. It's a jack of all trades is a master of none. It's used to describe people who know many things reasonably well, but don't have an expertise in any. Back then, to me, that was like an insult. But until I heard the full saying, a jack of all trades is a master of none. But oftentimes, better than a master of one. Think of it this way. Over here, this side, we have a scalpel. This is a tool that's used in surgery. It's very sharp and precise. It's a very important tool. Over this side, we have a Swiss Army knife. Now, this knife has many other tools like scissors and whatever that is, I don't know. And it doesn't have the sharpest scissors or the sharpest blade, but it's the most perfect tool you would want in an unpredictable situation. In a situation where we're most likely to be in than doing surgery, unless you're a surgeon. Well, now you might ask, Madina, don't we need experts? Of course we do. If I was having open heart surgery, I would want nothing but the person who has been doing surgery for the last 30 years of his life. But for the rest of us, being top one at something, at one specific thing, or being just the top 1% is a statistical trap. The odds of being the best guitarist in the world is astronomical. But being a guitarist, and an accountant, and a public speaker, that is a mathematical superpower. That's what you call skill stacking. It's when you take your average skills and layer them on top of each other to create a unique niche where you can be the only master in the room. Let's take another example. Let's say you do business and you have an interest in designing, and you can do public speaking. Now you're not just a normal employee anymore. You're a powerhouse founder. In professional circles, they praise a T-shaped person. A T-shaped person has a broad general knowledge and one deep vertical expertise, one specialization. This is the golden standard. But I want to introduce something new. Look at the one on the left. It's a comb-shaped person. Instead of one long vertical line of specialization, you have medium length teeth. Let's think of it this way. A person who can speak 3 languages averagely is more valuable than a person who can speak 1 language perfectly. And last of all, a very important point, I think, is that we are living in the world of AI. Automation in 2026, automation is really good at specialization. If your job is something repetitive, deep depth task, it can easily be done by AI. But what AI is not good at is context. AI can't connect something like a lesson from a jazz class with a modern supply chain problem. Neither can I, but that's because I don't know anything about these two. But if you were in any of these two fields, maybe you would find connections. You see, AI is the scalpel, but you are the hand that will use it. You are the hand that will decide where to cut. So, I just want to tell you this. If you're here feeling like you're left behind because you don't have that one true passion, don't pick a lane. Build a bridge. A bridge between all your interests and hobbies. Be a doctor and an artist and a public speaker. Be an architect and a guitarist and a carpenter. Because in the unpredictable world we live in today, the masters of one is at risk. But a jack of all trades is ready for anything.